Transformers 1, the film that should have initially launched the Transformers franchise onto the big screen instead of those Bayformers. The film is action-packed and does fairly well with the pacing, but it drops the ball when it comes to Megatron's character development for his turn to the dark side. The plot is simple, with the main characters finding out that they've been lied to by their current leader and seek to inform the people. Bumblebee unfortunately brings this movie down with rapid-fire jokes that just don't land. It's like they gave Keegan-Michael Key a blank script and said, be funny. Seems like Jordan Peele wrote all his good jokes. Chris Hemsworth does a pretty good job as Optimus, although I didn't really like how he becomes Optimus Prime. Story was good, action was awesome. All in all, I'd give this a 4 out of 5. Now, I just want to take a few seconds to say thank you to all the new subscribers. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I have a lot of ideas that I want to execute in the near future. Also, during this review, I will be referring to Orion Pax as Optimus and D16 as Megatron. I hate their names in this film. Now onto the full breakdown.
Spoilers, roll out.
The film opens with Optimus Prime sneaking into an archive facility to play some footage, and I shit you not, he blows the cartridge to make it playable. This motherfucker breathes. I'm dead. Optimus then gets intercepted by the guards and a chase ensues. During the chase, we meet up with Megatron as he creates a diversion for Optimus to get away. On the train, we get Megatron scolding Optimus for getting into trouble, only for him to start acting like a fanboy after Optimus presents him with the Megatronus sticker. Now we have Megafantron. In the mines, we meet Alita, the captain. She instructs Optimus and Megatron about the day's work and what they have to do. As they're mining, the mine starts to collapse. Alita tells everyone to evacuate, but Prime and Megatron don't because a fellow miner gets his leg caught. Prime and Megatron try to help the miner while Alita tells them to get out. They free him and barely make it out. Once out, Alita scolds them for not following her orders and proceeds to get demoted by Darkwing, her superior, because of Prime and Megatron's failure to obey. Can we stop doing this thing where our heroes get scolded for doing the right thing by other heroes? Okay, thanks. Back at their bunks, Megatron is expressing to Optimus he needs to stop breaking the rules. Okay, so Megatron started off as a goody two-shoes. Got it. Anyway, the conversation gets interrupted by a message from Sentinel Prime, who is searching for the Matrix of Leadership, but informs the city that he failed to find it on his recent quest and that they are going to celebrate the hard work thus far at the Icon race. Prime comes up with an idea to enter the race to show that miners can be more useful outside of mining. Megatron says no to this. The day of the race comes, Optimus takes Megatron to a secret spot where they can watch the race up close, only to then force him into the race. An awesome sequence of them racing commences and they damn near win, but a random transformer knocks them out of first. They could have finished second, but Optimus Prime's forced quips caused them to come in like 50th. Don't get me wrong, the humor is good, but it's just coming from the wrong characters. Moving along, they end up having to talk to Sentinel Prime, who they initially thought they were in trouble with, only for Sentinel to like what they did, but not for the same reasons. He just wants miners to mine and nothing outside of that. Sentinel then invites them to his private quarters, only for Darkwing to show up and take them to the garbage heap because they knocked him out of the race. Here we meet the once great character, but now the most annoying character, Bumblebee. Bear with me. Bumblebee proceeds to show them around and tells them their job duties. He introduces them to his fake robot friends who move the plot along after Prime accidentally breaks the one called Steve. Steve is carrying an old hologram beacon of an SOS message from Alpha Trion Prime. Optimus gets the idea to head to the surface where they've been told not to go, to search for the origins of the SOS message and hopefully find the Matrix of Leadership. Megatron initially says no, but Optimus convinces him by playing on his fanboy tendencies, and Megatron accepts. They hop on a train that takes them to the surface, but as they try to stow away, Alita happens to catch them while loading the last containers on the train. A brief conversation happens before Alita tries to tell the guards, but the doors close and the train takes off. A chase ensues to try to stop her from telling, but is halted once they end up outside of the train and find that the surface is not how it was described to them. Optimus tries to convince Alita to join them on their journey by showing her the beacon. She says no for fear of being demoted. The train gets derailed and now they find themselves stuck on the surface. On the surface, they find a fucking deer. Deer on an alien planet. They have robot deer. How fucking stupid. This is another nitpick and many more to come. Continuing, Alita takes charge of the mission because she doesn't want any more screw-ups and wants to get home. The next scene gives Alita the best line in the whole movie, and she tells Bumblebee, I need you to talk less. Take the hint, Bumblebee. They walk until they come across a ship that starts scanning the area, which forces them to take cover and hurry to find the origin of the signal. At this point in the movie, Bumblebee has only been with us for around 8 minutes, and I want to stick pencils in my ears. He does not shut the fuck up. The source of the signal leads them to a cave where they find the bodies of a bunch of primes. Megatron finds Megatronus, but they don't find the Matrix. They end up finding Alpha Trion Prime and bring him online. For some reason, he was the only one conveniently just powered down and not killed. Alpha, voiced by Morpheus, and shall now be known as Morpheus Prime, tells them that Sentinel Prime is no prime. He then turns into an earthbender and shows the group what really happened. Sentinel Prime betrayed them and took the matrix of leadership for himself and made a bargain with the Quintesson so that he can rule Cybertron. I think it's dope that Lawrence Fishburne plays Morpheus in this film too, giving our group the red pill. Continuing, Megatron is upset by this news more than anyone else. At this point, the ship that they came across earlier shows up only to find out that Sentinel is meeting with the enemy. During this meeting, Arachnid spots the team. The group is shocked as Sentinel kneels to them and gives away the energon they mine. Here comes Megatron's flimsy turn towards the dark side. He blames Optimus for showing him the truth. You know, I guess opening someone's eyes to the truth can be damaging, but this wasn't it. He wasn't a Sentinel fan, he was a Megatronus fan. Had a Megatronus revelation been the thing that shattered his dream, I would have accepted this knee-jerk reaction. Now, all of a sudden, Megatron wants to kill and destroy. Alpha Trion interrupts and lets them know that all Transformers are born with transformation cogs and that Sentinel removed them before they came online. He then gives them the transformation cogs of the dead primes in the cave. Quick question. How the fuck does this work? How the fuck does the issuance of the prime cogs work? Can anybody just randomly get a cog and, will it be some Highlander shit? Only one cog to rule them all? Anyway, Alpha then gives them the proof to show the people that they've been lied to. Alpha stays to fight off the enemies to give the team a head start back to the city. Optimus and friends get chased down a hill where they learn how to transform. They escape only for one of the pursuing bots to find them and is ready to attack. Megatron rushes in and kills him. Optimus notices he enjoyed that way too much. Megatron then grabs the proof and tells Optimus menacingly that he got this. Again, how the fuck is he slipping into madness villainy this fucking fast? It's stupid. Megatron leads the way back. Alpha Trion is brought back to Sentinel Prime and killed. Arachnid, aka Evil Gwen Stacy, is sent to find Optimus and his crew. During the journey back, Megatron is still fuming about Sentinel Prime, but they are captured by Starscream and what eventually becomes the Decepticons. Back at their hideout, Starscream gives Optimus and friends their backstory. The Decepticons started off as freedom fighters? What the fuck? I guess. During this scene, the movie is doing a meta joke that they know Bumblebee is annoying. I really hate Bumblebee in this movie if you can't already tell. Moving along, Megatron wants to leave, but Starscream won't let him, and a lame-ass fight ensues. Megatron then gives a lame-ass speech to take over the crew. His battle didn't even show him doing anything really to overpower Starscream. Starscream literally stops fighting and says, "Hit me," and proceeds to let Megatron hit him. I mean, guys, come on. You could have let him have a real fight scene where he actually beats him into submission. Starscream literally goes from, "Is that all you got?" to begging for his life in seconds. Fucking stupid. This was your opportunity to show that Megatron's fighting skills is equal to or better than Optimus. We move on to Megatron giving another lame-ass speech, and now his turn to the dark side is complete. They get interrupted by another attack. A better fight scene ensues. During this, Optimus gets caught in some rubble. After the fight, Alita removes the rubble, helps Optimus up, and this motherfucker coughs. What the fuck? Alita informs Optimus that they captured Megatron and his crew and proceeds to give him a pep talk and agrees to follow him, even though she just said that she's better than him in every way except, I guess, leadership. Sorry, that line was just too out of place for me. We've literally been shown throughout the movie that she's better than Optimus. Anyway, Alita has to help Optimus get the remaining freedom fighters in line to go help rescue Megatron. They don't want to do that themselves? Okay. Back at Sentinel's fort, he gives them the villain speech. Megatron stands up in defiance. Sentinel subdues him and puts the Decepticon logo on him, which is Megatronus's icon. Meanwhile, at the miners' hangout, Optimus tells them the truth about their history and cogs. He rallies the troops together to free Megatron and his crew before they're executed. Cue action scene. During this action scene, we have the weirdest revelation ever, where Arachne turns her head to reveal multiple eyes in the back of her skull. This serves absolutely no purpose because it's always closed. Even when she was the lookout at the enemy meeting, that part of her head was always closed. Would have come in handy then. This gives Optimus an idea. The dope-ass action scene continues. Then Optimus reveals his plan that the only way to stop Sentinel is to get Arachne to stream her memories to the city. After broadcasting to the city, we are now with Megatron and Sentinel for the finale of the fight. They both are injured. Megatron is blasting his hand cannon and gets stopped by Optimus. Megatron still tries to justify his turn to the dark side, pushes Optimus out of the way, then proceeds to shoot Sentinel, but Optimus jumps in front of him and takes the bullets, pushing him off the edge of the cliff. Megatron catches him only to go full Kylo on Optimus and drops him to his death. Kylo did it better. Megatron then starts slapping some stormtroopers around and finally kills Sentinel and takes Megatron's sparks for himself. Meanwhile, Optimus, who fell into the heart of Cybertron, is awarded the Matrix of Leadership for his sacrifice and brought back to life. They both finally get their popular names after receiving these upgrades, which is dumb as fuck. This leads to a dope-ass fight scene. Optimus wins and banishes Megatron. The end. The two post-credit scenes were garbage. Bumblebee knife hands his fake friend, and Megatron gives another whack-ass speech and brands everyone with the Megatronus logo. I mean, who the fuck is writing for Megatron? He deserves way better. I mean, hell, the Penguin has a better motivation than Megatron. They dishonored Megatron in this movie so much, but overall, this was a good film, even with all my nitpicks. It's highly entertaining. Jokes hit their mark outside of Bumblebee's jokes. Story was decent. Character motivations were good except for Megatron, and action scenes were damn good. My major gripes with this movie, which prevented me from giving it a 5 out of 5, is, as you can tell, Bumblebee is just annoying as hell to me with all the rapid fire jokes. There were some good ones, but the vast majority of them needed time to breathe and let the setup pay off later. All his jokes felt forced. His Badassatron joke would have killed if it was only referenced twice. And let's talk about the biggest one, Megatron. Megatron was mishandled in this film. Coming off as a giddy fanboy? Really? And I'm sorry, but Brian Tyree Henry was miscast as Megatron. Don't get me wrong, I like the actor. He killed it in Bullet Train. He's one of the best parts of the movie. But he didn't give a big, menacing performance even after Megatron became evil. That's it for this review. If you made it this far, a big thank you to you. Hope to see you in the comments. Until next time.